Harambe YouTube. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means. It is time for my weekly comic book referrals. What's coming up tomorrow? So when you're at the comic book store, you know what to look for. These are based on two things: books that I'm reading and enjoying, and books that I may not be reading, but I think you might want to get aboard with. Last week was very sparse because of the holidays. This week, the first new comic book day of 2026. We have some good stuff coming, so let's get into it. Starting off, we have a lot from DC this week. Last week we didn't get anything from DC, but this week we have some great stuff. I'm going to be getting the Absolute Batman Arc M Special #1. I do not follow Absolute Batman. I read issue #1. I enjoyed it, but not as much as I enjoyed the other Batman series, so I didn't follow it. But it's been getting lots of buzz, and I love these special one-shots, so I'm looking forward to that. We have Absolute Green Lantern #10, an absolute title that I am following and really enjoying. I'm brand new to the Absolute Lantern story, so getting in this alternate take, it's been fun, and I'm getting to know the lore from square one, even if it is a slightly different lore. Next, again from the Absolute Universe, we have Absolute Superman #15, and so I'm getting that, really enjoying Absolute Superman. We have Batgirl #15, and then one that I am really looking forward to, we have DCKO Knife Fight #3. The KO event is going to be running for a few months. It's a DC-wide event, a death battle to determine who's going to rule the world between heroes and villains. And this is going to be Red Hood versus Batman, it looks like. So I had to get that with all of the history and lore between those two. I'm not reading every KO event book, but I am getting that one. Next, we have Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow trade paperback. If you've seen the trailer for the movie, if you want to get a head start understanding what the movie is about, this is the book to do it. You get all 8 episodes collected in one trade paperback. I got them individually when they first came out. Really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to the movie that it's based on. And I think you will too. And it's a great price as well. I didn't write down the price here, but I do remember it's a great price on it. And then the last one we have, it's going to be a crossover between Dynamite Comics and DC, is Harley Quinn and Elvira #3. The big crossover between Dynamite and DC Comics. I read #1. I didn't enjoy it that much. I gave it to a friend of mine who is a big fan of both of those characters. But those crossovers, you know, it's a rare thing. It's a fun thing. If you like Harley Quinn, if you like Elvira, get a hold of that one for you. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of it, the writing was solid. I just didn't get the story personally. It wasn't to my taste. But that's the great thing about it, is what I may not dig, you might. You know, so give it a try. Next, we have from a company that I have personally loved all year, Image Comics, and specifically the Spawn universe. We have the Scorched 47. That is like the Avengers of the Spawn universe. She's Spawn, Hans, Medieval Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn. Al Simmons dips in and out. A very fun series from one of my favorite comic universes. Next, we have from Titan Comics, Conan the Barbarian, Scourge of the Serpent #4. I'm really digging it. To be honest with you, there is a lot of lore in the lore of the Conan universe that if you're not versed on, you may feel lost, and you may not get as much out of it as a longtime Conan fan. But as a Conan fan myself, I cannot get enough Conan. And I have, followed Conan in his battle against the serpent, the cult of the serpent and everything, and gotten that lore in my system, and so I'm really digging it. And so that's why it's on the list. You might not dig it, but give it a try. You may. If you like Conan, if you like Red Sonja, if you like that barbarian type aesthetic, check it out. Next, we have a book that I am very, very high on. Deluge #3. It's by Ignition Press. It is about a women's prison that during a flood, it gets attacked by this monster. It is very creative in the way that it balances character dynamics. I'm still not sure who the protagonist is, if there is a protagonist. The horror is very dramatic, and it's a lot of jump scares. I mean, I don't know if you can really get a jump scare from a book, but there are times where I turn the page, look at the next panel, it's like, oh, that was, it's exciting. And that when you come across something like that to where you want to turn the page and you want to see what's coming next, and you get that anticipation from a comic book, it doesn't get any better. That's why we read them. And then we're going to be ending off with a book I'm not reading, but it's based off of a popular franchise. If you are a Rick and Morty fan, Rick and Morty, The End, #2 from Oni Press is coming up. So get a hold of that one if you are a Rick and Morty fan, or if you have a Rick and Morty fan that's a friend or family member that you may want to get into comics. That'll be a great opportunity. So those are my recommendations for this new comic book day. Get to your local store, show them some love, support comic books, because people say it's a dying art, but to me, from what I'm saying, it's really, in a renaissance, and there's lots of people getting into them now, and they're getting, a lot. You have companies taking chances and being adventurous with titles again, which to me is a good sign, because it means that they're not scared of not selling a book. They're not scared of failing. And so they're taking big swings again in comic books. And so I think now is a very exciting time to get into comics, especially independent comics, away from your DC, away from your Marvel. Not saying those are bad. I read a lot of DC, but there is a lot going on in the comic book world, and I hope that I can be a doorway to point you to some of those great things. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned to the channel, because tomorrow we're going to be doing my new comic book day unboxing. And then the day after that, we're going to be doing an unboxing of an action figure. It's either going to be a WWE figure or a G.I. Joe. It depends on what arrives in the mail first. And so yeah, we're going to be doing that on Thursday. But every Thursday this month, again, we're going to be doing action figure unboxing. We have G.I. Joes, WWE action figures, and an AEW action figure that I am very, very excited to get my hands on. So I'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep reading them books. I'm out.